Most people wouldn't expect me to do a speech on amateur wrestling, as football was more of my forte in sports. However, in seventh grade, I played basketball, but my then principal, Mr. Gertis, convinced me instead to try wrestling, and I enjoyed wrestling thoroughly my first year, beating everybody but one person. The only person I didn't beat was due to a rule that I didn't know existed. Um, and I would also meet one of my best friends to this day, Taylor Gross, who had been wrestling for many years prior to that. I was I had another person who was heavier than me, but not nearly as strong. His name was Esteban Chavez. So in practice, I would go with Esteban and practice moves that would require my strength due to the fact that he was heavy, and then I would do my technique with Taylor. My O'Neill invite was the first tournament I ever entered, and I was the most nervous I've ever been in my life, but I won in about 32 seconds, and I would do that for all of the rest of my matches except the one I've talked about already. So, and then the next year I was a freshman in high school, and I wrestled 285, but I actually weighed about 220, and I would actually make it within one match of making it to state. But it was a crazy year because I would either lose or win in about 20 to 30 seconds. Sophomore year, I had an extremely intense rivalry with our opposing, not just our opposing high school, but our opposing rival high school. And we would both beat each other a few times, but he never pinned me, but I pinned him every time I won. I go to state and lose by 1 point to Izzy Martinez. So that was, or no, yeah, yep. There's 1 point, and not get to go to state and get any and win, or get a place. And then I go to the Midwest Classic invite, and I would get dominated. But again, this was because I was far lighter than everybody else. My junior year, I would dominate pretty much everywhere but state, and I would get fourth place in the state that year. Senior year, Taylor Gross and I would become best friends for real. We both had girlfriends, but we put them both on the back burner. Taylor and I learned that you had to push through adversity, including cuts, bruises, concussions, broken bones, broken noses in general. And we got through all of that stuff and moved on to state. Izzy Martinez would be my main competition in state this year, I thought. He was the one who had beat me sophomore year, and I would beat him the same way he beat me in my sophomore year. I would beat him by 1 point. I would go on to the finals match then, and they would measure us and weigh us in, and I was 5'11", 249 pounds. And I was going as a 6'4", 284-pound person. I would attempt my jab double, and he would, well, I don't know if it was on accident or not, headbutt me and knock me out. Well, not totally knock me out, but give me a pretty severe concussion, pin me, and I learned automatically right there that winning in wrestling is nearly religious, but losing is the most heartbreaking feeling in the world. And after my match, I would throw my elbow into the wall as hard as I could, but then my coach and dad came and attempted to calm me down. And I learned about 3 things from wrestling. I learned that life can change instantaneously, like 1 second could be totally different than the one before it. And 2, your friends can help you through anything, anything, just normal life problems or with losing the biggest match of your life. And 3, nothing really counts until you're done with it. And my future plans are somewhat include wrestling. I want to be a history teacher and a wrestling and football coach. Thank you.